with your own movies, you often work with a very small budget, but you seem to absolutely embrace that budget. You take what you're given and you just kind of go to town on it. And the result is often a look and a feel to your movies that in many ways is more entertaining than like a Hollywood studio film. So I'm wondering, where did your technique originate?
I think it was just out of necessity and just kind of like circumstance, I guess, as well. I was, in junior high when I started doing my animations, so I would basically do everything myself, and that was kind of like my fun thing that I did on my own time. Cool. Like I didn't do like sports or anything, so I just stayed home and I watched movies and I made monsters and animated them. I didn't really care if people saw it. Right. Like my parents would always host like screenings at like Thanksgiving and stuff where it's like, here's a movie Steven made, and like, my aunts and uncles would have to sit around and be like, yes, very good, Steven, good job. This whole aspect of filmmaking beyond like finishing the movie didn't really exist to me yet, where all I cared about at the time was just like the craft of making stuff, building things. It was like experimentation to me, and it was, just like a personal thing that I did. So I think that's something that has carried through all my stuff, is that I need that element of like it just being me and whatever it is that I'm making, because that's when it's the most fun and it feels the most like true to like who I am. I like goofy, crazy stuff. So the more I can embrace that, I think the more, my personality is able to shine through.
I do what I do best. I take scores. You do what you do best, trying to stop guys like me.
You experiment a lot with editing.
Yes.
Whether it's the acid trip and hardcore logo or the entirety of the Tracy fragments.
Yeah.
What is it that makes you favor the cerebral approach?
I think it's maybe my frustration of not being a good screenwriter, is that I see the editing as my way to participate closely in the writing process. And I find it much more calming because you don't have the terror of the blank page of like, what could be anything. When you come to editing, you've shot what you need to shoot, and that's pretty much your limitations. For some reason, I've always liked having kind of these acid trips and hallucinogenic scenes and strange kind of, I don't know, maybe it goes back to 2001 or something. Maybe it's made a bigger imprint than I thought when, the big Stargate sequence where they spend 20 minutes going through this total kaleidoscopic abstract thing. And that's maybe the reason I loved, as a teenager, going downtown seeing Laser Floyd, just abstract kind of pictures and smoking pot and going, wow, this is like the best movie ever.
These movies we make are our jobs, but they're our lives. Yeah. There's no divide for me between working and living. One thing feeds the other in a continuum. And it's not about making money. It's about it's about surviving and giving purpose to your life.